And children of all ages. The 1216 podcast is back to bring to you the greatest podcast in the universe. With the coldest Guardians of the Galaxy next to you, we have 12 and 16, and together we make up the 1216 podcast.
Yes, we are back.
Hey, nothing you can say, nothing you can think what you got today.
I am dead. No, we are back for another week of episodes. All right, so them look damn near like the glasses Cephas had on. What was it? I think was it Monday? I'm dead.
The architect.
Yeah, man. So we're back another week. 3 episodes slate. Fire Force, My Hero Vigilante, and One Piece. We are going to obviously start off with Fire Force, because that comes out on Friday. So we it's not completely
it's
in
an actual
order. It's not completely in order because it goes Fire Force and then Monday show and then Sunday. But we always end with One Piece when One Piece is back, or we got One Piece news or movies, something, whatever. One Piece always.
Hey,
One Piece always finishes the show, as you can see.
Hey man, if anybody can find that Ace light novel, please let me know. I've been looking everywhere for that mug.
All right. There you go. So yeah, Fire Force. Good episode this week. We picking up pretty much exactly where we left off in last week's episode with the second part of Company 8 fighting against Gold still. So
Ka-ching!
basically
She had me crying every time she said this shit, bro. Ka-ching!
Funny as hell, bro. No, but they basically pick up with their fight against her, and they have to figure out essentially what her
how to
fire
stop the
ability, what her fire ability is. So obviously that's where Leak comes in. So they have these like
with
cool glasses. Yeah, they had these cool glasses. So Vulcan's actually out there, and then Leak can see what is going on and what he's seeing and everything, so he can actually analyze it. He doesn't have to be on the battlefield because we know he can't fight. So he's there
analyzing him and sister.
Iris. So he's basically in the back analyzing everything. So he figures out what her ability is. So she's heating up because of her pyrokinetic ability. She's a 3rd generation, so she's heating up the gold
gauntlet.
Yeah, the gold gauntlet on her arm to like do magnetic frequencies and all that kind of stuff to be able to control metal around them. So that shit is pretty cool.
Seemingly becoming a really bad knockoff version of Magneto.
No, for real. Yeah, for real. Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
With her taking all the gadgets, the shield, the bullets, and like controlling them around, just free forming it. Oh man, that was cold.
So he say, "Don't shoot your gun. You just gonna give him more shit to control."
Exactly. What? But with Magneto, he'll go for the iron inside your body. Then it's really over with.
I am dead.
This is why she's a knockoff. That man is unreal. But man, I'm proud of Tamaki. She held
her own.
Man, holding her own. She even tried to do a tail beast bomb.
I'm dead. That's basically what it was, right? That's basically what it was. Yeah, a tail beast bomb. How they put all the metal and everything and heated it all the way up so they could put it on top of her gauntlet, so she couldn't use it to create the frequencies and everything to be able to take her down. So it was cool, man. Really, it really showed that her training from last season paid off with Beanie Maru and everything. So like she said, she's quicker, she can move, she's stronger and all that, but she can't create the level of heat that Shinra and Arthur can create. So we got to see Vulcan's little creations, those little thermite bombs, so she could create the mega ultra fireball.
the tail beast ball, supernova beast ball.
That shit was cold.
But that was actually pretty interesting because it was like it was what you kind of said saved her life last week. Last week you spoke about it a little bit. You was like, yeah, looks like next week she's gonna probably use her curse to save her life. And what did it do? The curse, obviously. Who let them dogs in the house? Who let them dogs in the house?
Everybody, dropped their pants and whatnot because they couldn't. The belt was some kind of metal.
Metal inside. Was it inside the buckle or some shit?
The buckle on the belt. That's the only piece of metal that they had. So everybody was fighting without their pants on. Yeah.
Sickening. Pure sick. It was like, but Lieutenant, isn't this goes with everything that you're doing?
What they said, they had the jackets to cover everything down below, but they didn't have their pants on fight. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So they still have the, the Fire Force humor and all that kind of stuff, but still cold action fights.
Especially the when Gold picked up that metal rod and was just really blinding.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Gold kind of cold until
she was.
Arise.
She was, and nullifying her power. She couldn't do anything. The dudes in the back talking shit like, yeah, she's gonna be fine, blah blah blah.
Niggas is dumb though.
Straight through the head. Straight through the head. So GG's to her.
Them boys is dumb though, bro. Cause they walked up, they was like, yeah. Ain't no jumping niggas. We fight 1-on-1s over here. Fight 1-on-1s.
Yeah, I think it was because they said they not trained to fight around each other, and they powers will come in conflict with each other. As we saw with the next dude's ability, who they ended up having to fight, which basically was able to control wind and everything. So
he was giving them problems.
Definitely giving them work.
And gave them boys straight buquitos. But before we even got to that, didn't we who did we see? We seen his sister, right? Was it Volk's sister?
Oh no, the girl.
The other redhead.
Lisa.
Yes. She walked inside there. She was going crazy too. I ain't gonna lie, with the little octopus.
She has her the little octopus arm, the feelers, so she has her own electromagnetic, because they're attracted to
the kinetic energy force behind it,
the heat or something like that.
FE.
I forgot that was iron.
Yeah. Look at him. Look, somebody paid attention inside.
Funny as hell. No, I just remember from the episode.
Said that kind of felt like, look at that. This man, no wonder, Mr. Goatsman, you did something right.
No, sir. Just remember from the episode. But yeah, she had. I forgot exactly what it's attracted to. The electromagnetic waves or something like that, because we saw it in season 2 when they were in the house. So she got to help out before they were finally able to have Tamaki create the little tail beast bomb, like Toil said, to drop the metal on the gold to mess up her frequency and everything to finish the fight. So everybody got time to shine who actually does stuff in the fighting kind of realm, because the only person who didn't really do anything was Iris, obviously.
Oh yeah, because she's back there just
exactly. She doesn't really do anything in the fighting category, fighting realm, or anything like that. So
what she say?
Laton,
my tribal chief.
I am dead. Laton.
Rest that soul.
Yeah.
Putting making sure everybody passes away in a good way. But for sure, hey, the company 8, they snapping right now, and ain't really too much that you can do about it. I can't see shit through these damn glasses. I don't know how Jay was to do them, bro. But company 8 snapping right now, bro. I'm actually really happy to see one Fire Force back. Like I said, it wasn't really something that I was crazy over watching before, but just going back and watching it again and trying to catch back up to where we're at right now, like I'm finding a whole new profound love for it for the most part.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle for putting me on. That's my shit.
Man, it's really like that. I ain't gonna lie, I really like that. Them boys did their thing. But
I
Company
forgot
8.
what the wind dude's name was. So
Let's actually see what his name was, because
he basically ends up going to work on Company 8, who took out Gold. That's easy to remember her name. They took her out. Yeah. He ends up going crazy with his wind ability, so nobody's really able to do anything. And then out of nowhere, he say his name and he appears. I believe in King Arthur. So yeah, Arthur busts a move. He basically explains what 12 said last week, how he ended up not being there with everybody else. He falls off
the back of the truck when it was
no. He fell off his horse.
His horse, yes, his horse. his horse, yes.
So he makes his way there, and he basically one shots Buddy. It's not a challenge.
I know for a fact his best challenge might be against actual dragon, because it's setting up to be the knights always want to slay a dragon. He's going to actually go up against dragon, and that's going to be probably the fight where like he takes.
I was gonna say, we know the real fight, the real challenge is gonna be against the bald dude, the big kind of swole dude. They didn't show what he looked like, but they were,
dragon.
That's his name.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they referenced him. They definitely referenced him in the episode. Yeah. So they're gonna have to first take out the one that's actually there left, and then go up against big dude. And then after that, it pretty much cuts to the rest of the episode with Shinra, Joker, and Burns on the roof.
Yeah, which I think Mikey might be able to just take the last one out the whole time. Like that should be an easy like 1-on-1, or at least Mikey and one of the other probably Lieutenant Hinawa team up together, take that out.
See what his ability
goes up. Hey, go find Shinra real quick. I got y'all. Because he was supposed to be a part of. Wasn't he supposed to be a part of like the get inside real quick? Let's do this stuff, and then you go off anyway and help Arthur and Joker fight.
Help Shinra and Joker.
Shinra and Joker fight.
I don't know if that's part of the plan, but it would make sense to send him off because of how how strong he is. It only depends on the threat level of
Burns.
The dude, no. The dude that they're fighting or going to have to fight, one. And then the big dude. It depends on his strength level and if they feel they can take him alone or not.
Yeah, because Arthur definitely has to shoot the ones with him because he has to become a dragon slayer.
Yeah, we'll see. To
solidify that. So I guess they're giving us the little hints, and then
have Arthur go against him, and then have the rest of the crew go look for for Shinra. Yeah.
Yep. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm rocking with it though, because man, Arthur. Hey, I might have to give them one of them little swords, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Ain't no actual sword though.
I know. I'm gonna have to use my firepower, bro.
Oh no, not like the Seth Rollins entrance. If you don't know, check TikTok. Check the TikTok.
It worked. It was still fire, right?
Hey, just don't burn your fucking house down.
Hey man, is it the inside or outside? I said outside. It's too windy. I'm gonna do it inside. I do it outside. I got a tree right there. I end up doing it. A little spark come off of it. Set the tree up. I'll be done with, bro.
Burn the block down. Burn it down for real.
Come back inside the crib, play the song, while the whole block burning. Hey, 16, man. You mind if I stay at your crib for about a week, maybe 2?
Yeah, what you do, man? I'll burn it down. I'll burn down the neighborhood.
What they say, up there goes the neighborhood.
Man, so we basically finish off with Shinra talking to Burns and everything, talking about his beliefs and all of that kind of stuff that we previously talked about in the last episode. It didn't feel like anything new in that conversation. It felt kind of like the same stuff that was previously said last week. But the real thing is, we finished the episode off with him telling whoever the person in the background was, basically to put the bug into Obi, and we actually see the bug crawl into him, and that's literally where the episode ends off. So we'll have to,
bro. Something
see
inside
what
me
happens
thinks
next week.
that Obi is fighting the bug back. Like he's using his muscles he's created to fight that bug off. We've seen the transformation with the red eyes, but I think he's just going through like a stage with, you know how like who was it? Ichidori and Sukuna had that battle for who's gonna take over full consciousness. I kind of see that happening right now with that. I hope it can happen with that. That'd be pretty cool to see. The power of muscles just go ahead and just deflects everything.
All right, Mash.
Hey, that's how it is, bro. You can use muscles to block magic. Boom. You can use muscles to fly, run on air. You can use muscles to do any and everything, bro.
Yeah. Don't let anime get you killed.
Hey, look. If you're a bodybuilder, go stop a bullet, bro. Just flex at the right time. I promise you, your pecs is gonna grab it. It's gonna stop it.
I am dead. No, I do not think that will happen at all.
Probably. You never know, man. One of these days, genetically proven muscles will happen, bro, where they could stop a bullet.
Yeah. Doubt it.
We can only hope. But I really do hope that does happen, bro. I really hope that Obi can use the muscles and anime, of course, to stop that thing from getting inside him, have that power struggle, and go from there. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be real frustrated if we end up losing them, because they didn't even really get a chance to put up a fight before it happened. You know what I mean?
Nope.
I still would have been mad, but if they would have at least been able to put up a fight before it actually happened, I would have felt like
he fights back.
They did their best to try and save him, but it doesn't really feel like they've done anything. You know,
I mean, except for Arthur.
They took down 2 destroyers, but it's only, that's it in the grand scheme of things. Because it's only their small squad trying to bust into this highly secured, facility. So we'll see.
We're gonna see. We're gonna really see. That'd be pretty cool, bro, to see though. And speaking of the busting shit, bro, busting heads is one thing that Knuckle Duster loves doing, bro. So as we jump over into the My Hero Vigilantes, that was smooth, wasn't it? Come on now. Come on. That was smooth, bro.
It's all right.
I'll get him with the next one, y'all. I promise you I will. We just can do our best. But it did start off pretty cool. I see we got our boy the real Ingenium inside this episode showing off.
Yeah. It was a real good episode. Man. I really enjoyed it. For me, it's the show is just getting better and better, because I feel like we're starting to, especially with this episode, starting to get more of what's actually kind of going on behind the scenes, what's up with this whole kind of trigger situation and everything. This was the first actual connection. Not first connection, but this was like a major connection that we get in this episode that connects to the main series. If you watch with closed captions up, it says his name. So yeah.
Hey, just hearing the voice by itself, it was
you already knew who it was. Yeah, you knew. So good episode, really good episode. I really, really enjoyed this episode. So we basically
especially seeing Ida as a kid and then getting, did you catch the reference of like, you're not a robot? And he was kind of out there.
How he does later on, how he can't dance and all that kind of stuff, and they have to teach him because he's so robotic and everything. So
and then the whole exit sign man.
Exit sign Ida.
I love saying that, bro. That connection was probably my
emergency exit Ida. Excuse me.
There we go. Yep, get it right. Who's that? Kaminari said that, I believe. Yeah, emergency exit Ida.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man. I watch. I understand. I watch. My hero like that.
Basically, we see him stop. What is it, like the three speedsters in a row? Knock them out real quick, and just checking to see if villains have trigger and all that. You see, they don't come on to the intro, and then like Swift said, it's them basically training on the roof, the three of them. Not the three of them training, Koichi and Knuckle Duster training, but
Yeah.
obviously Pop Step just cool and chilling, watching them and everything.
Hey,
So
you heard she said at the end of it, hey, I'm not with them.
just like that was the scene, literally the scene from the trailer. Yeah, that's Knuckle Duster, that's the Crawler, and fucking I'm not with them.
But I'm still Pop Step lady, y'all. But yeah, they after actually having a good training, well, not a good sparring match, but for the most part, Knuckle Duster just letting some steam off, and of course holding back as he's doing it, because we get the whole point behind it of like, oh, if later on it'll pop back up, like if you hit him too hard, he might kill him. Like he may be SOL for sure. But it's pretty cool to see that
talking about muscles for real.
Oh yeah, what this man is doing is no cork at all, just pure muscles.
Yeah,
walking around just showing off. So him and Obi might be good friends. Obi and Zoro, put them three together.
Just
may have a good drinking contest too. Him, Obi, and Zoro drinking contest, and then just go ahead and muscle crazy. Let's get it. Boom. Have an all out hand to hand contact.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool seeing that the interaction, of course, up top, and then them switching off. And as they switch off, we transition into the B girl because she's walking around on the phone with the villainous of all villains,
all for one himself. It's crazy, man. So we see, like I said earlier on, I was wondering how it kind of, it's obviously the same world as 5 years before. So he's obviously around. So what all is he doing to manipulate stuff to get to where we are in My Hero? You know what I mean? So clearly we see he's doing stuff with Sugar behind the scenes.
When did All Might get that injury? Was that that wasn't 20
I
years ago, right?
I don't remember how long ago it was. No, not off the top of my head.
Because right now in the storyline, we are in their second year of high school.
Who?
The UA Midori and all of them.
I believe it is. Yeah.
So then this is 5 years before the current timeline of where the of season 6.
Yeah, I think it's 5 years before the first season.
Okay, so then that would make it, so they're in third grade then, because that'll mean they were in middle school transitioning to high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then this right here would be them in third, fourth gradish. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm trying to picture out when he got that injury, because I know for a fact he has to still be good during this time frame.
I mean, we did see him out there fighting, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything, just because
he still has very small
his muscle form.
It wasn't fully depleted yet.
Yeah, so maybe we see him get it in this. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think so, because it's really focused on Koichi and Knuckle Duster, it seems. So we'll see, because I mean they're gonna end up running a foot of him at some point, right? You know what I mean? Because she's working for All for One with this trigger drug and everything, as we find out in this episode. So she's basically under his wing, and he's telling her to like use it on villains. I forgot exactly how he explained it, but like villains with kind of basically like villains. People, they want people closer to like hero quirks, because it does something with their mind or something like that. And the testing of it, trying to, I guess, see if they can control it, or I'm not exactly sure what he's trying to accomplish, really.
Yeah, because I thought it was very similar to that, because it was the weak hero quirks that was, so
he didn't want him wasting it on stuff like that or something like that. Yeah.
So giving it to, actually thinking about it right now,
quirks, because what we see in the two people she used it, or I guess at least one we know for sure she used it on, was that
the Diamondback dude,
who turned extra swole.
Not from this episode.
From this episode, that ended up
with the long hair.
Yeah. That Knuckle Duster ended up taking down, and they were kind of, they were kind of scared and whatnot, because he was like really juiced up type and strong as hell type. So it was
All Might versus Anomu.
Yeah, or something kind of like
watered
that.
Down version a little bit.
Just something like that, because he was really giving them some go. This was the first time we really saw that Knuckle Duster kind of struggling. But then after that fight, later on the roof, when they're training and talking, he's like, "Yeah, I like that kind of, because it really keeps it interesting. You know what I mean? I really gotta train and all that kind of stuff, or I could actually die." So
that man said,
I'm really loving the show,
everything by an inch. If he would have hit me just
a
little bit fast, I was cooked.
Yeah. And like he said, he was charging up for the KO, and he was able to slip past it and just knock him out. Because I was sure like, oh, bro, it's finna be over. It's GG's. He, winding up, charging up, and he whoop. Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's how you knocked him out.
But like, it's kind of like Midoriya in a sense. He has to be overly technical. He really has to know how quirks, abilities, and all that kind of stuff work, so he can manipulate and go around their weaknesses and all that, go around their strengths and abuse their weaknesses. So
this is
really cool to see.
Midoriya's actual father.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
But definitely went nuts though with it, because we see old girl go back to this is probably the weirdest thing I've seen in all of the, I guess all of it in general, because she's a high school student.
That grown man, right?
And that grown dude walks up and he's
holding hands and walking off.
Even the conversation itself. Oh, you want to get down to it right now? Oh yes, come on, let's go. Yeah, hold on, whoa, relax, your fucking loose cannon.
Yeah, maybe we see what comes of that next week, because I don't think anything came of it in this week's episode with them, with the rest of that, them walking off and everything. So we end up seeing, Koichi morning run, and he's, using his slide and go, and there's only one other person. We know who it is.
Wait. Was that before? That was before he had the first morning run. We got the first incidents with Ingenium having to face that speedster, because I won't say what his quote is. But they had the first run in, and then he had to use his airbags to stop him when he had that turn.
Ran into the wall. Now being able to stop quickly.
Yeah, so that was the first one, going 80 miles per hour and then jumping out and just going right at it like, hey, I couldn't do it, so hey, let's try it a different way then.
Yeah, that was cool to see the whole setup of him, hopping it in the suit, getting ready to, deploy and everything. That was like,
that shit gave me Gundam vibes.
Yeah, no, for real. That shit was pretty cool. But how his suit is set up and everything. So
the nigga jumped out. He said, "Skirt."
I was like, okay, go ahead, go crazy.
So,
he wasn't able to take him down the first time, but was later on. Then you see him, Then you see him running and everything in the morning, whatnot. Koichi out, slide and go.
And crawler.
He ends up, having a conversation with him, running up kind of behind him, asking him how his quirk works and all this other kind of stuff. And he was basically kind of able to teach him in a way to stop. You know what I mean? Because he goes straight, but he talks about how he can't really control his ability. And he was like, well, if you're going forward at full speed or going in one direction full speed, think of accelerate in the other direction. Have you thought about that? And then as soon as he told him that, he
I'm telling you, he'd be a good ass defensive player.
Say stop on the dime.
All defense. Hey, are you hitting the background? Is red.
I'm dead. Just sliding. Yeah.
And that's a travel ref. He look at him. He's not moving his feet, ref. But
I'm dead now, right? Yeah, but the ball bouncing.
But then they gave him the little background, because as they were talking about the whole thing going left and right, that's when Ingenium brought up like, my little brother can't even do it himself.
Turning. Yeah, he's having problems turning, and then we get to see little Ida. And he ended up running straight into a tree because he can't turn, and just kid kind of stuff, like riding a bike type.
Yep.
Him basically doing that. So
Putting him
that was
in
cool
third
to
grade
see.
makes a lot of sense with it then. Yeah.
The real cool thing to see was him actually offering him a spot at his internship. A spot at his job and everything, his company. So to actually, he was talking about he's not
when you get a chance to go ahead and call me. I know you're in high school. When you're done with it, just know for a fact that it's a spot for you here.
Yeah. No, he's in college.
Yeah, in college. Sorry about that, but it's a spot for you here with your classes.
He basically said no, he doesn't have a provisional license or anything like that. He was like, hey, don't worry about that. We'll bring you on in and we'll figure it on out on the go. I was like, oh, that's dope. I really rock with that. So
yeah, until he said psych.
that was cool to see. And then we get back to him having another run in with the bat again. This time
who we found out is a bat this time.
Yeah. He takes off his airbags, and this time he has a team and everything set up to chase the bat down through the city and whatnot. Because we find out he can, like 12 said, we do find out later he can run. Because at first we thought
this the whole time.
Yeah, he was running like that, and then he takes off. That's how he could get away, and nobody was able to find out where he went from the scene of the crimes and all that kind of stuff. So
is he? I don't think he's a bat. I thought he was a vampire, just because of the speed he has behind it. Unless he has two corks. Cause I definitely, I'm like in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, he has to be some type of like he can run super fast. And what being with fangs and wings can do this? A vampire. So he might have a vampire cork of a bat cork, which may make a little bit more sense. It might.
Shout out to Sinners.
No, hey, he making some good ass movies over there, bro. Put him in charge of the DC universe and the MCU. Hey, go crazy, make every movie you can about this. We need a Static Shock, a Black Lightning, a Green Lantern with John. The list continues. Man. Other side, we need a better Black Falcon video, a movie, Captain America. Hey. We need this done the right way.
I'm dead. No. So like we were saying, he takes his airbags off. He has a crew all out there set up. So he has kind of airbags set throughout the street so he can kind of crash into that. The bat takes off. Bat takes off, starts flying through the city and whatnot. He has a team deployed throughout the city to try and figure everything out. And he kind of mapped everything out. Kind of running, trying to figure everything out. So potentially where he could go and escape to and all that other kind of stuff. But he wasn't able to find them. Who does end up finding them and taking them out is our team. Oh, I can slide and go. Tripped them up. Hey, tripped them up. That was GG's because he didn't see him on the ground, below eye level. Knocked them on out. Roll on over.
You heard what Knuckles said, man. Hey, we got good at running inside the dark and just getting the layout and predicting where they're going
to go. Mm-hmm. So you only get it from a lot of practice, so don't feel bad about it because this is what they do. So
they're a bunch of vigilantes.
Hey, gave their introductions, Knuckle Duster, the Crawler. And I'm not with those guys.
hey, I'm trying to see where he got this fucking grappling hook at and where he attached it on to. Because ain't no way in hell this man just keep pulling these fucking grappling hooks out.
And nigga, fly, you Batman? Fly. Right. Yeah.
This nigga really think he Batman now, bro. What's going on with this?
Man.
But Knuckle Duster definitely, I'm definitely rocking with the way that he's doing everything. Like it's pretty cold.
Cold. And then we basically finish it off with another morning run, talking to Tenya. Tenya. Because I wanted to call him. No. Tensei. Tenya is our eater. Tensei is this eater. Yeah, his older brother. So we finished. That's basically his dubbed new running buddy in this conversation. And he, like 12 says, give me that shit back. The card, he takes it back because he basically says, you're exactly where you, not in a negative way though, you're
Mm-hmm.
exactly where you belong doing what you are called to do. So
And
it's a
Tensei did a really
great
good job
episode.
also, because when they were back in the city after they caught them, like the team asked, should we go after them too? Nah,
Let
I
them.
think our hero work
We
here is
good.
done. We
We
all
good.
good.
Leave
Let
them
them get
be.
away.
Mm.
So I really rocking with that. They're completely opposites inside of a way. Like Tenya and Tensei. Tensei, of course, hey, I'm going after, like, you
One
gotta
is
stick to the rules.
flexible, one is robotic.
That's probably the best way to put it. Yes, the best way to put it in the simplest form.
But
Yes.
he starts to become a bit more, he's still that guy, but he's a bit more, you know what I mean?
He leaned a lot up on Midoriya and the rest of his friends as well, so they
Oh
helped
no, for
out a
sure.
huge way. So shout out to UA Class 1A. You know how it is already.
UA plus ultra, UA plus ultra.
Hey, 4 weeks, man.
Now, going back.
We will be back down there.
Yeah, man. So all in all,
I'm going
a
as the Eel
really good
Sky.
episode. I'm dead. No, all in all, a really good episode. I'm really enjoying this kind of different darkness, kind of behind the scenes version of My Hero, man. I'm really enjoying it. Interested to see more from what's her name, Hashka, or something along those lines. But
Queen Bee,
the big Queen Bee, yeah. I'm really interested to see her and how her storyline continues to play out, because obviously we're gonna get some kind of why she became and why she's doing what she's doing and all that kind of stuff. So just really interested to see it. You all know, if you've been around for a while, you all know how much I love My Hero. Got my own, the whole My Hero shelf and everything. So
oh yeah, hey, my shit right up there.
Yeah, that's my joint. So real interested to see how all of this continues to play out over the coming episodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be real nice, bro. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be real fucking nice. But speaking of real nice, hey, that boy Kizaru, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That nigga kind of different, bro. Seeing it animated, seeing the way he was just doing, going at everything. And that boy Kizaru was he kind of nice with the shits, bro. Kind of
going
nice
to work, man.
But he ain't got shit, and I mean shit, up on what Luffy did to him. We got to see him go ahead and do some cold shit. But hey, Luffy, Zoro, whole different level. This is a whole different level with everything we got going on with them.
Come
on, I'm rocking with it, bro. Because this episode, we got to see not only like finally animated him, the snatch, the grab, the wind up. Like he didn't
throw
everything. It is crazy because he didn't have hockey on at all until he was slinging him. So Kizaru could have got out of there with ease. I don't know whether or not that was like a flaw or whatnot, but he didn't have hockey on, not one bit, like armament at all throughout it. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna chalk it up as this was we forgot to add it because they put it in when he slung him off. But with everything else, when he had him, there was none at all around it. So I don't know if Nika canceled out his abilities or if his hockey they just forgot to draw it inside there. But that shit threw me off for a second. I was kind of laughing. I was like, picking up on what you're doing inside here. I see what y'all doing inside this damn thing. But no, that boy, hey, shout out to the Straw Hats, man.
It's as at least yesterday when I saw it was the highest rated One Piece episode as of now. It surpassed 10-15.
Hey, man, you see why though? This was straight action. It was straight action. They did what they had to do inside of it, and it's a setup because now we see Sentomaru laid out. We see Bonnie up over there running up. We see Vegapunk finally finna jump into what he has to do.
Yeah, Vegapunk, Sanji, is it
Frankie,
Atlas?
Atlas, and
Frankie's on the
Edison.
way. Yeah. So they busting
Oh,
a move to
Edison
get
came back.
Bonnie
Yeah.
because Bonnie's she's down there with the actual Marines and everything. So we get to see Bonnie go crazy in the episode. I mean, like
Hey,
crazy,
bro, what?
crazy. Two
You get a
sword
kid. You
style,
adult. You a kid. You an adult.
show off her abilities and everything. Hey,
And she still got hockey though, which
she
makes
showed
sense
on.
because if she was a 12-year-old with hockey like because Sanji still don't know that she a kid. Sanji does not know
In
this.
that episode, yeah, because there was something I forgot exactly what he said, but it was something Vegapunk said, and Sanji was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Huh?"
So wait,
But we know we know she's a kid, but hey,
yeah, because she turned into that kid form. The damn Marines couldn't touch her. She was turning kid back to an adult to kid to an adult. 12, 24, 12, 24, 12, 24, just going crazy with it. And then ended up, of course, doing her best to get about that damn jam because I still if she knew how to use armament hockey, I think Bonnie would grow up to be literally the queen of the pirates. Like she first, the devil fruit is broken because we know what she gonna be doing later on. Your devil fruit is fucking broken, and that alone is something was like, all right,
no, for
we gotta,
real,
but we just say, hey, nerf this nigga.
no, for real, because that's her abilities are definitely crazy. And like 12 said, getting older and being able to get more control over it and really getting an understanding of it
Become more
and
free.
what you doing right now compared to what you could do when you older. Oh man, just hey, watch out for Bonnie. So yeah, really, really, really great episode. I can see also why it's rated that high.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't know. I still really like 10-15 more so because of what I felt the stakes were for that
It was a
uh
lot higher.
that moment. You know what I mean? That's him going up
Mm-hmm.
to Kaido and fucking Big Mom before Gear 5 and all that kind of stuff and standing face to face with them, you know what
What
I
you
mean?
say,
That for me, that
Kinema?
just
Are you okay?
hey man, that just and then he knocks Kaido down and Big Mom, Kaido, what you doing? Get up. You know what I mean? Like
Before he
that's
was
still
drunk.
it. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
drunk as fuck,
that's still it for me. But I can see why this one is rated higher. I have no complaints over it because the
bro.
fight
It's
with him
bro.
and Kizaru was beautiful.
Zoro and Lucci was beautiful, bro.
Oh
What?
man, when he busted out the sword
Three
style with the
right
Conqueror's
to the
hockey.
Conquerors. And I love that Zoro's Conquerors is green, bro. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
not like everybody else. That you have your own color, independent with it. And when he put, what did he do? I think Lucci was inside the air, and Zoro had like clashed with him and went above him, and then got the spinning and just threw him into
Yeah.
the ground. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, that's cold as hell. Then we see Luffy in the background. You need help down there? Nah,
He
I
said,
don't.
"No, I need you to focus on Kizaru. Leave me alone, bro. I got it.
I got this. I got this cat.
Yeah, leave me be." So, really, really great. The fight in this episode, I just can't highlight enough how it really shows the Gear 5-ness of
The
Gear
Toon
5, the
Force.
cartoonish, yeah, the cartoonish, the goofy Toon Force flow and all that, the animation, the colors just
Beautiful.
oh
Beautiful.
man, it was really something. So you got to check that out if you haven't watched the episode. But it's really like that, man. They really did a great job, I feel, of animating what it looked like in
Mm-hmm.
the manga and bringing that to yeah.
Yes, because I was this close, bro, to going back to doing the video uploads I used to do with like the anime AMVs and all that good shit like throughout each
Mm,
episode. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to bring that back, bro. They got some pure cinema inside this one.
no, for real.
Because when that boy Kizaru was flying through the sky and almost fell, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna fall into the water." Oh, his eyes started lighting up. He got the gliding
Bruh, when he
around,
put the light on the over the top of the
bro.
water and slid up to the air,
They doing good with
like
this.
like we said, talking about fights and whatnot, it really doesn't do it justice. You gotta watch it to like
Yeah.
really. We can only do our best to. We can really talk about like things that happen, events that happen, information that's dropped, all that kind of stuff. Fights, we can only do our best to like really explain what goes on, but you gotta
So
watch it to truly understand it.
I'm
Just like with the Jinwoo and Biru fight, we couldn't
yeah, you
really explain it. We could
that
tell you
fight was
big
beautiful, bro.
moments in
That
the
fight was
fight,
beautiful.
but you had to watch it to truly understand and feel what we were talking about with that. So yeah,
Because they used that fight was beautiful though. That fight was fucking amazing.
man.
But seeing Kizaru come up and the whole Luffy with the thing, it kind of gave me like when we got Luffy, he went fucking gear 5 finally, and he had the whole and the light colors and the change and all that shit throughout it, and like the scheme was going. I kind of like got that feel again, and then we got the multiple versions of Kizaru's like multi shadow clone jutsu. That boy Luffy spinning, ducking, bobbing, weaving. Oh, bruh, man, I'm finna go find these damn fruits around here, bro. And go crazy, bro. I'm finna go find this shit somewhere. It gotta be some type of devil fruits. This shit gotta work somehow, some way.
Man. Great episode. Like I said, say it again. I can see why it's the highest rated. I can truly understand why it's the highest rated episode for sure. The magnitude of what's going to happen in the upcoming episodes is just going to continue to ratchet up. So basically, after everything that goes on in the episode, we kind of end it with everybody pretty much going to where they're trying to get to. So Vegapunk and everybody, Vegapunk, Sanji, Atlas all together in one of the little cloud machine cars. They're going down. They tell the pacifistas to stop and basically to fight the Navy. We have Frankie. We know he's obviously going down there to try and get to Bonnie. Jinbei and the rest of the guys, rest of the crew is still in the
lab was there.
The lab.
Yeah. And then we know Robin for sure is still up there, but
she's still up there with them because she's with Chopper
Chopper
and all of them. Yeah, so we know where they are. Luffy's with Kizaru, Zoro's with
well, I can't say that yet. Whoa.
He's with
Zoro's fighting Lucci.
He's fighting Lucci right now. Yeah. So
but Frankie is with them because remember Frankie left the what's it called? The Frankie robot. What's it called? Frankie's bot. What is the name of it?
General Frankie.
He left the General.
He left
Frankie
it with Lilith.
Yeah. While he hopped on with them. Because he hopped the ride with Atlas and them. Because Atlas and them was coming past him and he was running and jumped on top of it, I believe.
Okay. I know Sanji's there because that's how he got on.
Yeah, Sanji got on and then he went through. And then Frankie was running in front of them, and then they caught up to him finally, and he jumped up in the air and like landed it there and kept going.
Got you. So they're on their way to get Bonnie. So that's where everybody is in the current situation, and because he can hear what's going on the island. Next episode, he decides to make his appearance for the first time.
Hey, when we
be ready. Next week is going to be game changer.
When we say this episode, first off, they did a wonderful job with the circle. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The color scheme for it, and then just him walking up all smooth, like just like you could feel the aura, my nigga, like walking up like that.
If you know it's coming. So
yeah, I'm ready for this shit, bro. Because they finna snap, and this is definitely when it takes off. as
Yeah.
next week's title is
Listen,
Nightmare Strikes. Like
it only
yeah.
it only gets crazier from this point going forward.
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
There's no
Until
stop.
from this point until the arc is over, it is nonstop.
Literally.
Nonstop. It
Yeah.
continues to escalate. Like for real.
You're gonna get a little downtime when it's over, just a look like this.
Yeah,
like
when
this
it's
much,
over. Yeah, when it's over.
but then it
not
right back up.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But that, I mean, with that downtime, it's worth it.
Yep.
It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth.
Because
it's one of the best things that we will get out of this arc. I'll just say that. Yeah, it was my favorite thing that we got out of the arc. With all the stuff that goes on, the action, all that, this is my favorite thing.
Hey, so I'm gonna say my favorite out of this entire egghead itself, not including what's coming up next, has to be the knot. And if you know, you know, has to be the knot, because this next episode, titled "The Nightmare Strikes," Godhead of Seven, Science and Defense, Saint Saturn.
GG.
Hey, these motherfuckers finna be. Hey, you are in for some shit. Trust me. So, One Piece,
great episode.
Fire Force, another good episode, and of course Vigilantes, another really good episode. Like, hey, we on to something. We are on to something really good.
Can't wait to see where each one. I mean, well, I know where One Piece is going, but the other two, I can't wait to see where they continue to progress to.
Yeah, I'm ready for this shit. I'm ready for this. This is going to be game changing. Also, while we're inside here right now, I just want to, of course, give out a shout out to the viewers that we have inside here. All 91 of y'all tapped in up on TikTok. Was good. Love seeing the supporter side here. Make sure y'all keep rocking out with us. You know, we're trying to do our best to get to the top, not just the top, but the top past Skypea. You feel me? And of course to Mama Sue and B, that's Nerdy B60 inside the chat up on that action app. Gang. Much love. But with that being said, 16. Take 13. Us home.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you all for tuning in live, or if you're tuning in on the restream, or if you're tuning in on the re-upload. We appreciate you. Or tuning in on TikTok. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you for making it to this point in the video, because we are basically at the end. If you did like it, you did watch it, you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. You want to see more from the 1216 podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to get notified anytime 12 might drop something, anytime I might drop something, anytime we might drop something together or go live like we are right now, hit that notification bell, select all, and we will see y'all in the next one.
Ka-ching!